What's happening, everybody? Hey, we back again. I don't normally go live that often during the week like I used to. I leave it all up for Sunday for the real talk live on Sundays, man. Good evening. Good late evening. Time went back. Hope everybody is enjoying that extra hour of sleep. I know I am. So, let me see here. Check your DM. I will. I have to do it if I remember. Damn. I tried to screenshot it. Y'all hang on 1 second. Let me screenshot that because I know I'm gonna forget. Hold on. Golly, I did it again. I ain't gonna be able to get it right now. I hope I remember, Clark. So my bad, y'all. What's happening? So it's another Sunday, another successful week under my belt. So like I was saying, I get to kind of wait during the week and just vibe out on one day. And that's gonna be on Sunday afternoon at 9 o'clock. That way I can pile up everything all week and just see what's going on. So what up, Shane? Everybody over here on TikTok, what's happening with your Facebook up above? And I got YouTube on the other one. Let me see here. I'm running like 4 screens in here right now. This is insane. But first let me introduce myself for the ones who don't already know. I'm John Crawley, one man, one more landscaping. I am a guy self-made out of Nashville, Tennessee is my city. Definitely putting on for us down here. We're going into my 15th year in business. You know what I'm saying? I've been actually swimming with the sharks, as I like to refer, working by yourself, working for yourself. Been doing it for 8 years. So, but this year right here has been what's been my best year in business because of some of the decisions that I chose to make in the off season last year. Kind of, kind of set me up to win right now in this present day. So, and it's just been a long ass journey. So, but that's who I am. And like this thing on Sunday, like I try to, kind of bring everybody up to speed on what I'm doing and how I'm maneuvering, kind of why I'm maneuvering. I like to go over, some lead topics that I see come across my phone here and there. And go touch bases on some of that, just get some of y'all opinions on what y'all think. So I'll give y'all some of my opinions on what I think. So, but we'll go ahead and get off into it, man. I always like to give an appreciation for people that has helped me get to the position I am, or they just did something outstanding, or some of that nature. So this week I'm gonna give it up to everybody, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to vibe out with and receive, some gifts from, which I don't never take that shit for granted at all. So everybody that sent me some or did something for me, man, just thank you. Cause like I didn't ask you, like I never asked or anything like that. So when people just naturally do stuff like that, it kind of it still messes me up to this day. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't normally I'm the used to the one that just always just on the giving thing. So when I see it like reciprocated, just coming in how it did, like it just let me know shit just real out here. You know what I'm saying? And I don't never take stuff like that for granted. So I'm gonna give a big shout out to everybody that support me and the people definitely sent me some, like they took the time out of their schedule to spend money, you know what I'm saying, to invest in me or to hit me out or whatever, man. That's real love, man. I really appreciate that. So it's a big shout out to y'all. Y'all the people of the week. So thank you again. And then we go jump right into, let me see where I can go all right, because I didn't stage that time, get away from it fast, but I have to be consistent. So let's go ahead and get into some now first let's back up. Let me tell y'all about some of the experiences, some of the kickback that I've been receiving, you know what I'm saying, from my trip to Louisville. So it's been some really interesting things happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of valuable information was gathered during this first run down here on what we did. I learned a lot. I'm talking about I learned a lot over them 7 days I was down there. Some parts that I learned, I didn't too much care for it at all. And things to go change because I didn't care for it. So And then I learned what I can. Basically, it was like a big old first run improvising thing. So now I know how I want to maneuver going into this year when it's regarding Louisville. And I do understand that like some things are gonna change this year that I'm coming up. It ain't gonna be done in the same locations. You know what I'm saying? One is, but the other one, we still working out the arrangements on how we go make it bigger and better this year. But some things happen behind the scenes, and we still trying to work through that. You know what I'm saying? The communications and things like that with certain venues that we had down there. We just don't like the rebuttals. So, and normally when and I'm the type of person where like if you spending your hard-earned money to make sure that everything goes smoothly, and then they tell you that it's gonna happen in this manner right here, but then when it comes time for the other end to hold their end of the bargain, it's like they muffled it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it wasn't explained in the initial how you explaining it right now. Cause it's like we real detailed, you know what I'm saying? We do things, we review contracts, we do all this stuff. So and it didn't happen in the manner that it was explained that it should happen. And then the rebuttals, the back to forth ritter, like, man, come on, man. I'm just and I can't really disclose because like I said, we still kind of talking about the situation, but like things gonna have to change up in the future. And that let me know that like it needs to be some extra attention to detail regarding when you setting something up like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that go involved in it, and I didn't realize it until I actually did it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you really learn. But the initial thing, like what I tell a lot of people, the hardest thing is just to do it. Like for real, because when you put yourself out there, okay, I'm gonna throw this ball, or I'm gonna have my own exhibit. Then, okay, it's enough to say it, but then you have to do the footwork. And then you have to start like working towards that goal. That's the hard part. Because everybody knows like you have so much come up in your life to invest something like that down there and actually take that leap of faith. That was a big game changer for me myself because I watched myself put something together and have a team to help me, and we able to orchestrate and pull something like that off. That kind of really taught me a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to take that and you learn because it didn't all go smoothly. Nothing like it was a lot of bumps and bruises that we had to learn on we're gonna take a different approach next year when setting up or going towards all the activities that I had going on at the X was gonna be better next year because we really go break down things. But it's like a big learning experience. And just to the point that I was able to go through that, man, I'm still trying to unpack everything that transpired and happened. So, but I get through everything and I unpack it like I've been doing it still, trying to operate on a high level when it comes to my social media and stuff like that, man. It's just really challenging. But we gonna pause right there. Let me get to some of these responses. Love your content, bro. Hey, I appreciate that, Zay Grant. You still in there, Ohio 1986. Love this. Appreciate that. Let me see. Let me slide over here to Facebook. Said, what's your cutting height and the blades you running? Bro, I be running high lifts. It depends on the lawn. Sometimes I don't go no less than 3.5. That's the lowest that I'm going. If I am cutting it 3.2 or something like that, I've been taking care of the client for a while and I'm used to the lawn. Other than that, it just depends on the grade of grass. I cut from all the way from 3.5 all the way up to 4.5. Just depend on, and I run high lift blades because I cut a lot of fescue and grassy weeds. So I need the high lifts to pull them up. But right now, from the transition in the gator blades for the leaf season. So let me get down here on some of these. Okay then. Oh, holla. What up, Lauren? You still in the room? Hey, self-made, J. I'm at the 615 self-made. I'm at the inbox you, bro. Cause I wrote down and I knew I was going to end up bumping into you somewhere. I'm going to inbox to get your number. Cause I lost that card that I wrote everything down on. For real. So we go get up. Let me see. Okay, what up, Craig? Let me see my banners. Hold on. Okay, cool. I can see everything. I bet. So that's it. That's it regarding the expo, and I'm still gonna be riding that high for a little bit longer because that was cool, and I still have like more clips to put up. I'm like I only put up like half of them. That first couple days, and I'll upload. Now I gotta upload the second half, which is the second part of the L&L ball. I got load up like 30 or 40 more pictures and clips, and then I gotta put up a whole lot of pictures and clips from the expo day 3. I still got to put that stuff up. So I got to get that out in the atmosphere as soon as possible because really that's old news. You know what I'm saying? I look at things different. You got to get this stuff out in the universe because right now it's what's relevant. Today is right now. It's what's happening. That is in the past. You already did that. You look at, you learn, and you got to move on. And it's too much new stuff that happen every day that I need to get uploaded. Just keep it at a real time basis. I got to get more back on the habit of doing that. So, but we go try every day. I can't hit a home run every day. Some days I'm gonna miss, but I sure the hell go give an attempt. But I'm doing my top of the morning till I die, for real. I'll be looking forward to the morning motivation, bro. Keep pushing. Appreciate that, Byron board. But let me see what I can get y'all. Cause like on Sundays, I go a lot off the topic and what y'all normally hear. I like to tap into a little bit about what's going on in the world, man. In the main headline, the main gafifis and whatever you want to say, I've been seeing and coming through my feed has been regarding this food stamp situation, the SNAP program situation is going on out here, man. To where I'm hearing that like I think majority of the people did not receive their SNAP benefits this month. And this is a Thanksgiving like month. Like Thanksgiving is like in 25 days. You know what I'm saying? Well, like a lot of people come together, celebrate a good time, families come together for camaraderie. And I'm looking at like, man, they sure picked a month to end it on. I said either both of the months was gonna be horrible to really to mess up the people, stuff like that. Now I get it. It's a power struggle happening right now. I don't pay attention to the news, so I'm really starting to get reports. I've been talking to people about it. You know what I'm saying? I had one report come in from one angle that they told me that they concerned about going to the store right now because they think that people go be robbing because they didn't get their food stamps. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get their SNAP benefit. And I'm like, man, it can't be that bad. He said, yeah, they said they finna start robbing people at the store. Cause like, I'm like, yeah, right. And then, there's people out there, things like that. Then I read some other reports with people on one end hollering about that those people need to get off their ass, they need to go back to work, they need to find a way. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of cold. Like, do you know their situation? And you know what I'm saying? Most of them do work for a living. It's just it still ain't enough when you have, miles to feed. Like I be understanding. But that's one angle that's coming through. And then you have another angle coming through, you know what I'm saying, to where like it's just like, damn, like you really, like that's kind of crucial because a lot of people depend on that to like to eat or however they do with the SNAP benefits. To kind of like pause it on some power struggle type stuff, like it's your fault and it's your fault and it's your fault, but ain't really the only people that's suffering is like the masses of the country, like the people who actually having to endure with it are the only people really suffering. I'm like, damn. But it's a lot of people, don't get it twisted. My perspective, it's a lot of people that's taking advantage of the system. I get that. The system is like a it does cripple people. I understand it. But there's some, and I think it might be like 60-40, 70-30 or something like that. Maybe 60-40. Some people they can do better, but then it's gonna really cripple them 60 that really need it. So it's like, damn, man, I really hate that for people like that happen during this month like that, man. So, and I've been seeing some reports about governors, they talking to the city, how about they opening up the food banks and everything for people to come get something to eat. And I'm like, damn, it's all about a power trip. Like, and then the thing about it is what's really holding it up. And I don't even want to get into that part because like everybody got to interpret what's going on for yourself. I ain't trying to sway nobody. But the individual that's really doing the biggest barking, their policies hurt their own base. And I be like, I'm gonna leave it alone at that. You know what I'm saying? For real. a lot of their policies really cripple the heart of their base, man. And it's like, it's so interesting. It's really interesting because I be like, how is this they able to get away with the level of finesse that they able to do? And then, but you have the other side that, bro, it's really hard to interpret it without being biased towards the situation. But I really don't understand how they can leave in limbo that many people because they can't come up to no mutual agreement. Because one side is trying to slice and dice, and that's gonna hurt their own, man, it's gonna hurt their base so hard. And it's like they don't care. I'm like, but then they getting the support, like, yeah. I'm like, damn, these people don't realize what's about to happen. I said, oh my goodness. But then you have another side that, like, really, I don't too much care for, like, it's really hard to judge it because I always been a neutralist when it comes to like a political base. Like, I don't sway one way because they both got messed up ways that they do and how they maneuver that I don't too much care for. You know what I'm saying? On how they wield in power like they do. And I don't care for it. So I try to stay right in the middle. Then you got the other side that, like, I stand on a lot of their principles, but it's like it's too extreme. You know what I'm saying? It's like the level of coldness and the level of finesse is so great on one side. It's like, I'll be like, damn, this is crazy. And a lot of people is oblivious to it. And that's why I be like, man, I'm just so glad I live in my bubble. So it don't matter who in office or what they talking about. It's not going to impact one man, one more landscaping. It's all up to me. Like, nothing that happens none of that is going to impact me any if I do what I'm supposed to do and get up every day. So when I look at things and just see how it's happening, I'll be like, because I really had to unplug to put myself in this position. It's crazy, like, on how it's happening. I don't want to go off too much on that, but you just gotta look at what it is, man. Like, some people gonna be hurting for real during this moment until they sit down and come up with a mutual agreement. And it's the funny thing, man. Y'all, we put them people in office to do what they doing too. That's what's so diabolical. And it's like, I'll be sitting back and watching, like, man, now that I had to look at it regarding the SNAP situation, because I didn't realize it was at a magnitude that it's at to where, like, benefits are getting cut off because of the government shutdown. And it don't seem like no sides is budging. So this is gonna be real interesting to see how long this carries on and what impact it's gonna have on the country. It's really interesting. So I dibble and dabble in it here and there, and I'll keep y'all posted by next Sunday and see what I believe is gonna happen regarding, the SNAP benefits, and we'll tap in a little bit of the politics what everybody else is scared to do. Because as long as you stay neutral, and I'm just gonna give y'all the facts. I might throw an opinion in there here and there on what I see, but most of the thing I'm just presenting just different aspects from different individuals on how they interpret what's going on and some of their fears and what do they feel like is happening. It's the only thing I can do is just give you like what's going on out here. So, and that's what I find out in a little time that I had to do some research towards them matters. And it's like people is concerned about good and some people say, I'm gonna throw this out there, some people say that they happy that it's happening the way it's happening. Because that way people can identify and they can see like how a certain program can have them enable in a certain way to where like they depending on it. You see what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times, like sometimes people need to identify that. They also need to identify like how like their livelihood could get disrupted by the hands of people that they elected to be in somewhere. Like they got your lives in their hand and they just basically just disrupted it on a power grab. And it's like, how can you live with that really? You know what I'm saying? For real. I'm just talking to the people that just taking them benefit. Like their lives is like disrupted, crucial right now at the power of the people that they chose to go in there and represent them. Bro, that's some wild stuff right there. And then it's such a big point the finger at the other person. I'm looking like, man, this is some real deal grade school, high school type stuff. But except it's on a big ass scale. Like it's grade school at its finest at the biggest scale to where like they have like they literally deciding who gets what. You know what I'm saying? Literally, they making the decisions on how things are gonna get dispersed among the masses. And it's like, dude, y'all got all these people in limbo and they like literally gave y'all in there. I'm like, that's crazy. So it's like you look at things, man. I can go off on this since I just really just got to just thinking about it, just off the dome. Like they really like it's just amazing, like how things tend to happen and come out in the manner that it's coming out in. The disruption of lives, quality of life is gonna start diminishing. Cause like a lot of people, like they run out of food quick, and a lot of people bank on receiving these benefits. Like today, today's the first. Like yesterday was the first. So, man, we'll see what the future holds when the outcries come out regarding on how people's lives, the quality of life is diminishing, and we'll see if they able to carry on and both trying to see, you know what I'm saying, who got the biggest nuts in the room. Basically, what they doing, you know what I'm saying, for real, and or they gonna let it continue on. But the choice is theirs, man. Y'all people, a lot of us elected them, put them in there. That's their choice. So. But the people receiving those benefits are significantly about to feel the wrath of it right now. So, and let me see, that's enough regarding to politics. We just went off on that SNAP benefits and everything. I really hate that for them people. But let's change course right now. Let's see what we can go off on. There was something else I want to touch bases on. We talked about a little bit about the expo and the things and the different decisions I'm gonna have to make going to next year. We talked about SNAP benefits. And then let me see here. Let me go through my band. It'll help me. Oh yeah, and I definitely want to give a special shout out to my sponsor, Red Dog. Hey, if y'all receive any of those, the people who came to the expo, y'all received like a Red Dog with collaboration with One Man One More. You received a card, like a business card. Man, you could definitely utilize that and get 15% off any blades. It's mulching blade season. You get plenty of blade. They have a variety of all type of parts that they can offer you from a large amount of distributors. They like you can just go to that one www.reddogsupplies.com. You know what I'm saying? You can use the code from the expo or just use the code 1M1M. Receive a discount. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because that actually helps Red Dog and it actually helps One Man One More as well. So it's just collaboration thing. So definitely take advantage of that stuff. And if you came to the expo and received one of them cards, you will get an additional percentage off. You know what I'm saying? Just for, rocking with Red Dog and they rocking with me. So, the door has to swing both ways, and that's a company that literally made sure that the door swung both ways regarding the collaboration. I really appreciate them for keeping their word and being solid. So, what I'm saying? Definitely got to give them their shout out. So, and then let me see here. Oh yeah, and then we gonna end it on it. I kind of notated it a little bit doing when I was talking about the SNAP benefits and the government on how I really don't really get impacted by whichever side gains power, the Republicans, them. It doesn't matter, man. I'm gonna be okay regardless, but on what I've done for a living and just stay consistent. But the importance of working towards self-employment is like I feel like I'm it the run is so rigorous and so it's not encouraging at all, the road that you gotta take to work towards self-employment. But to feel like how I'm feeling right now, to where like it's on me if I'm gonna get up and be able to provide a living for myself. Like everything is on me. It's not on somebody else that already created something and I'm having to go in and sustain it. Because during them situations, if I look at the bottom line, like it's up to somebody else if I'm gonna have a job. And if that rug gets swept from underneath me, like I would have to run and get another job real quick to sustain myself. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end of the day, you're helping somebody else make some money. So you only have so much control. And then when you go into like the 9 to 5, then it's about who you know. It's such a political thing in the 9 to 5 that I'm so glad that like I really went down the road that I went down and learned on how rigorous it was for me in the 9 to 5, just trying to work my way up the chain. Cause I always had that mean work ethic to where I did more work than everybody, and I made it look so easy that I was always like on like the best of everything that I touched, always. But due to the level on how society is, and I felt it during that moment, and I had to learn that it was real out here regarding the level of disparity that it is, and like how certain fields are dominated by a certain ethnic persuasion. Don't get it twisted, you know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know how it happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And then going down that path and seeing how relevant and how things are so baked into this country, which don't get it twisted now. I'm glad I went through it because I had to go through it to learn. I'm not judging no parties or nothing, but I learned a lot in the workforce on how people can really just view you and judge you by an appearance, like, and it's like really astonishing, or be intimidated to let you elevate and would rather keep you down and put other people in place that are not as confident, or you know what I'm saying, because the feeling of a threat that somebody is higher because they seen the work ethic. Like I went through all of them battles within the workforce, like everywhere I went. I disrupt this shit because my work ethic is at a different. I make things easier for the person that gave me the opportunity. I've always done that, and I create ripples everywhere I go. And it be a lot of times it be some unfortunate ripples. You know what I'm saying? But I've always had it like that. But I learned going through that workforce and then getting stripping down to where like I had to leave the workforce and I had to depend on one man, one more landscape, my company. And then I found out when I said, okay, maybe at one time, yeah, let me go back and see if I can get a job. And then the things from my past, then when I made mistakes, just by, having a little smoke on me or something, just a little weed. Ain't nothing else, nothing, just always just a little weed on me. So because of all that from my past, like 10 years ago, like almost 4 to 10 years back, bro, they wouldn't let me get back in the workforce at the high level that I was at. And I was like, damn, okay. Then I tried to get other little measly jobs just to carry on. Couldn't even get a job nowhere. I was like, man, this is insane. With all the skills that I had, due to some things that I did in the past, and I disclosed that I can't get another opportunity. I said, man, I'm good at what I do. Just communicating, you know what I'm saying, treating people how they need to be treated and get to that midway point with everybody. Like I couldn't get an opportunity, but I had one man, one more landscaping, working towards self-employment, you know what I'm saying, where I was out on my own force, but that was like that year one to where like didn't realize what I was doing, but that turned me into a monster getting stripping down to where like I felt like I had no other opportunity out here. But I'm just so glad I had my business. But then actually going through that in my mind right now on the spot, I'm looking at so many other people that have things on their name and they really skilled at what they do, but they can't get another opportunity because they made a mistake. And how society will judge you because you have made a mistake, and you literally limit yourself to so many opportunities. And it's set up, and I don't know why it's set up like it, but it is. But during that moment, I really kind of understand why, like a certain group of people, like literally to keep things afloat and to do things, they resort back to the old them, to where like they dibbling and dabbling in things that they know they shouldn't be doing just to make ends meet, because you don't know what's on people's plate. So I can kind of understand because I went through that. But I'm just so glad that I had one man, one more landscaper. So when my season came back in the spring, because all that happened like late November. Now I think it happened like September, was right at the end of the season, to where I only had 1 month to like to go out and capitalize. And then after that, I went straight down. Like I started, because I had the lifestyle, like I still had checks, and then realized ain't nothing coming, because like you got to go out there and get it. I'm like, yeah, Lee. I'm like, I bet. So going in, I struggled all winter and had to literally go make $10 an hour to help somebody. Made him a fortune. And I got paid $10 an hour to just to sustain myself until my season came back in March. Man, I came out and I hit it running so hard that like I like literally ruined all my equipment. How hard I was working. The old equipment I had, bro, I ran every mower that I had straight to the ground. I ran every weed eater, blower, everything straight to the ground because I pushed it at a high level that I never pushed it before because of the drive that I received because I couldn't get another opportunity out here, but I already had some because I was good at what I do. I was good then. I was cold then. And I was like, all right, bet. So I hit it running, bro. I ran up a bag. I ran it up. And then because of lifestyle and I wasn't, prepared yet, I blew a lot of money too. I made a lot and I blew a lot. You know what I'm saying? I got memories in the phone, videos of the phone when I used to really jack off some money just on stupid stuff. So, and then it's like the continued education, like you gotta get it, like when you make the leap of faith and you get out there and you're doing your thing and you got traction. You got traction to where like you making some good money. When you can take care of your things, you ain't worried about it and you making good money. Then it's the level of responsibility that still gotta kick in. And you always gotta stay with that hunger in you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have nothing. Cause like when it's coming in, like how you need to be, then it's like a whole nother tier that you have to elevate, you know what I'm saying, on some mental stuff so you don't jack it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not always gonna be there. Something can happen. And I done went through all it's many things you can think of. I done went through that too. So to build myself up to where I'm at right now, to where I actually had the most successful year that I've ever had in business, it's like I needed to go through everything that I went through in my past to get me to this point right now. To everything that I learned that I didn't want to learn it, I didn't want to endure it. I'm talking about, bro, everything I had to go through it to get here. There is no getting around it. There's no cheating it. I talked about it this morning about like in life, you go take the damn stairs, whether you like it or not. And anybody that was able to cheat it or they was born in a different period because they parents are the one that literally had to go through the threshold. Because the second generation, a lot of times they get to cheat it because the parents is the ones that whoever started, your life is over with. I'm telling you right now. Like to build something to where it's functioning the way you see it, it could become one of those multi-million, tens of $1 million companies. You can see this. Bro, your life is over with, the one who started. I don't care who you are. Your life is over. The ones that's able to balance it, you got a good supporting cast around you. You got a good significant other that's carrying that load with you and they support you. If you don't have that, and you got to juggle life and then you got to juggle social and all that, bro, your life is over with. Your life is over. Because once you catch traction, then you gonna realize you got to go through a period of time where you got to find quality people to help you. You know what I'm saying? To take it to the next level. That's when it's finna get to some tiers that you got to get to. And then it's different levels of insurance. It's so many tiers you have to get up to make sure you protect it. And it's gonna get serious. I'm telling you. Your life is over with. The first generation, bro, you got so much on your plate to worry about it, concern yourself with. And then you try to pass it down to your kids. And hopefully they don't jack it off because they ain't had to go through what you went through to turn you to the monster to build what you built. They didn't have to go through it. You can't blame them. Them your kids. They go get a little bit more fortunate. I understand it. So you pouring it in. Hopefully they don't jack it, but the first generation, your life is over until you can sustain it and get it to the point to where you move up them different tiers. Then you got to be able to trust people with your baby that you built. You got to put out that level of trust. And then that's when you work on the other skills that you're going to have to know, like customer service, like when stuff not going to go right because you out there. Now you got to deal with a whole nother level of concerns that you never had to deal with because everything is right when you're there. But when you take your hand off of it, and then you got other people going out there doing the work, they treat it as a job. You can't knock them because this is not their company. So when people is treating, they just trying to get through their days and things like that. Sometimes you have guys that bring trouble from home to work that may impact the people that on the job. You know what I'm saying? They may impact the whole work truck. It's towed down because one person done brought trouble in. Like you got to worry about so much of everything. Then your quality's got to be there. Like then if somebody not shows up, I mean, how you gonna make sure that truck stays afloat? Like it's so many things that you have to concern yourself with and have safety nets in place, like insurances and things like that, just in case if something happens, you don't have to worry about it. That's why you have the insurance and the protection that you have. So it's tears that I'm experiencing it right now, and I'm going through the position myself so I can go out there and get everything that I ever wanted to go and try to reach for and get, and then I can provide levels of opportunities for people to like come in and work, and I can teach my skill and see if I can bring people up to that level, because that'll help me out on my. I'm gonna have to go through it, my training material, because that's one thing I have not sat down and did. So once I get that locked in to where like this is the culture, this is the handbook of one man, one more landscaper. This goes literally break down on my interpretation how you get cold with the string trimmer, the blower, aspects with the mowers, the walk behinds, the zero turns that I use. Like everything break down on what's the proper way to use it with videos to attach to it. So that way they go be able to see me doing it to get a better understanding on how we like to operate on how out here and what and the approach that I like to take to make sure my yards look at the standard that they look on. I'm how to develop all of that. So in the process of doing that, like that's gonna be a whole nother chapter that's gonna get sent out after I know that it worked, because I'm gonna have to prove it first. I got to take guys through it to validate it that okay, my training material is there, but I'm gonna do it in such a way that it's not gonna be easy to mimic, because it's gonna be me on the video showing hands-on what I need you to do. Plus me articulating and talking about it at a high level so they'll understand. Plus breaking it down so anybody can understand. So it's got to go down this winter time. I have so much to do this winter that I'm looking forward to it. And it's like the moment I'm learning, it's gonna get worse until you get comfortable and get used to the madness that this operating around you. It's always gonna get worse as you move up tiers. I'm telling you, it's always gonna be brand new situations that you never been involved in. Plus, you still dealing with the current situations that you're trying to get used to. It's like it's never gonna stop, and it's getting worse as time goes by. But it just really just tests you. So I'm just warning people on how I'm going through and how the feed is coming through on my end. It's just a lot on your plate that you have to deal with, but you just gotta find a way just to keep the good thought and don't let it consume you to where like you're not happy or you're not smiling, you're not laughing, you're not able to vibe out with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if I ever get away from that, then it'll be real rough for me. Cause like that keeps me at peace and it keeps a balance to make sure that I laugh the amount of times that I like to laugh in a day's time. I like to laugh a lot. So and I know if I'm laughing, that's less energy, because that's joy. It takes more energy to be mad or frustrated towards something because you think about it a lot and you keep brewing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you thinking about it, you're not letting it go. It's just brewing. So but when you let things go and let the chips fall where they may, because you know that you didn't have no ill intentions on any, and you know you didn't do no wrong, bro, that's like the biggest thing the biggest relief, just letting it go and not worrying about it, than it is to carry it on and keep brewing on it. For real, I've learned this. It took me a while because I was a brewer. Like literally, I let the beef brew and stir up for months and won't even care. I keep it hot. But now I'm at the point to where like it ain't never worth it. It's never worth it. For real. The best thing you can do is eliminate it out of your life immediately. For real. That way you don't have to worry about it anymore. Or just for real, just let it go. You don't have to worry about it, nobody ever doing it to you no more, coming at you crazy. If you just kill the situation off. They go call you all type of cold-hearted, you the 10 man, you so mean. But I look at it like this: if you don't look out for yourself and protect yourself, nobody else will. If you keep putting yourself on the sideline, worrying about how everybody else gonna think and they feelings, bro, you gonna come last every time until you start putting yourself first and get used to being called the bad guy. But don't look at it like it. You just looking out for your best interest, which is yourself. If you don't do that, I'm telling you, life is gonna be a lot harder for you. The moment I start putting myself first and making sure that it makes sense, and if it makes sense, then okay, treat people how you want to be treated. The door has to swing both ways. You know what I'm saying? If it can't do that, then I know that situation has to be over with. For real. It has no choice because I'm not going. I don't have to. So, and I'm at a point in my life where I don't have to just be the deal with shit. Cause I took my time and I built myself up how I wanted to do it. I kept working on my skill how I wanted to do it. I started wiggling, going up against the grain, how I wanted to do it, and I won, and I'm still winning. And I have my own pathway that I took to get to where I'm at, and I'm just I'm just basically at the beginning to like literally launch out of like a lot of trucks and do what I want to do because of how I built it up. It's just I want to do it my way because this business is unique to me. I take counsel from people they're a lot further than me, but I know who to ask for help from. I understand it, and I pick the people strategically who I would like to ask them for some assistance on getting me to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking at a lot of people because a lot of them is flawed, and I've met a lot of them, and I'd be like, man, I'm gonna let them live. You know what I'm saying? With some, I'm gonna ask them some advisement on what I need to do to kind of turn the corner from where I'm at. But they gotta understand, like for real, and this is what kind of make me a little different. Like I came in off straight technique and style. Like for real, like my skill is like at a tier to where like you gotta really want it to like to be able to do some of the aspects that I do on some of the terrain that I operate on. This is no flat surface, these are hills that I'm able to do what I do. To find somebody to mimic that type of skill, and you always have hard time finding people to come to work, let alone finding people that don't have 5 to 10 years experience cutting heels and things like that to lay the set of stripes that I be laying, to lay the set of glyphics that I lay on an average consistent basis. It's like you gotta be really like it because the grass go be wet. You know what I'm saying? It's different aspects. You're on a hill, there's a flower bed underneath. Like, what can you do? You got to turn the hydro at a specific angle and at a specific degree to be able to turn without creating tower ruts. It's so many elements to be able to do that. To find somebody to come to work, that's already hard. But how in the hell you gonna find the skilled ones? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the problem I'm up against. I need skill until I develop my training material. Then when I do that, then I think it'll be easy to expedite people to it. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be somebody out there with training material that's better than mine. But like I be seeing the clippage of a lot of these people that they be claiming like you can sign up for this. I'm like, yeah, but y'all ain't really striping though. Like y'all going through slicing people's stuff, charging them what you want to charge. And I get it because you providing a service. But what's gonna happen when you cutting beside one man, one more landscaping though? Like what's gonna happen then? You know what I'm saying? It's like if people really care about the style and that type of grass and what I'm gonna bring, that's my claim to fame. But I never advertise like literally. I just go apply pressure everywhere I go and make sure my yard looks the best. And then sooner or later, when you mess up or anything happen, then they go walk across the street and get in with me. That's how I grew. And now I can get some more trucks and finally do some advertising. Man, I can only imagine where I'm gonna be at if I just really get out of the truck and go look for some more work and put on my nice one man, one more polo, my loafers on and stuff, and we just, you know what I'm saying, go off into some of these establishments. I'm putting in some bids on some stuff because I have access and I know where I need to bid at. And then we go after the stuff vigorously, you know what I'm saying, with more attention to detail than everybody else, and plus have counsel that can support you and get you through doorways, so they can't just not, they got to give you an opportunity because of who you are. They have to. So, and we'll go about it like that, man. I can really truly see myself growing. So we'll see what happens in the future. It's gonna be interesting. I tell you that. But we'll see. And that's all planned for like going into next year. So I just have to sit down and get all that together. And then plus keep up everything that I'm currently doing. And just finished up the fourth quarter of my season. And just see where am I at. Because you already in a better situation than you was last year. Even the year before and all of you in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, financially, everything, you in a better situation. To where like bro, you setting yourself up to win. But it took you going through everything I went through in life to put me in a position now to where now I'm set up all the way to win. Like on a level that I couldn't imagine me winning on. And it's because, bro, I finally understand how important it is to be yourself. Like for real. Like that's the keys right there. If you can let go and not worry about literally what people think and just truly be yourself, you will get led to do what you're supposed to be doing. I think that's the trick that's holding people back. And I might have dropped the gem of all gems right there. But I think that's the trick to unlock you to your calling in life. If you can get past literally what people think about you and just live your life. The people that love you, they gonna love you. If they don't love you, this finna show. You know what I'm saying? They trying to curve you to be something that you not, it's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta force your will. You just let everybody know, man, I'm just tired of just not just putting on the mask. And they just got to get used to the real you, like how you want to be. And then from that moment, I promise you, you're going to be walking at a different beat to your own beat. And nobody can't take it away from you, man. Because if they try to, they can do it, but they have to do it way over there. You know what I'm saying? They just won't be close around you doing it. Because when you're not worried about really what people think, then you'll start understanding that people are entitled to their opinion about everything. You can't knock them on how they think. You can't do none of that because that's their own opinion that they have towards something. Now, over a period of time, that opinion can change. You know what I'm saying? And that's normally how it happens. For real, because sometimes they already have an opinion of you. But if you keep going, you would like discredit the whole opinion over a period of time. For real. I can't make it up. It just how it is out here. So, but that's it in a nutshell, man. That's what I have going. It's a lot. But every day, I laugh 15 times. I look at things, sit down and do things when I can. Try to pay attention to things online. And I know I have a lot on my plate, but I don't overwhelm myself because I just know it ain't healthy for me mentally. So I just do what I can do in a day's time, and I know it adds up. Every day it'll add up. And then along the way, you just get adapted to just doing a lot of work, and you just know it's gonna get a lot harder. That's why I understand the power that you really need help. You need good people around you to help you get there and take some of that load up off for you so you can concentrate on something else. Because you can only do so much as one person. With a team of people, y'all can get so much done until you need more than a team. And I can understand the concept now, but it took me to go through it to kind of get an understanding because a lot of people be doing a lot of talking. But I've never seen anybody like literally take it from where I'm at to just either to just go, no, he gonna work it up to the big company. You always see them when they at the bottom, but nobody ever really described it like the roll up, or you see them at the top and they try to tell everybody on the low end what they need to do, but they didn't disclose really the true pathway that they took with the real ups and downs. Like people, they scared to show that shit because they scared of what people gonna think about 'em. You know what I'm saying? For real, I know, because I have never seen it. Can't lie to me and tell me. I know it. So, and I be trying to let them live. As if they let me live, I'm gonna let them live. Straight up, because it ain't on me how they do their thing. As long as they, just let me do what I do and be myself. I don't have to do like that. I don't have to do it for real. And I'm cold too. And I'm really good at what I do. I am. If not the best in the country. That's how confident I am. Can't nobody take it away from me because I don't want to put that time in. So, and we go keep it going. So I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's gonna be a wrap for the Real Talk Live. We went over some gave people they flowers, they shout out today. Went over the SNAP benefits being it's an awful situation for the people, man, that's on SNAP. I really hate that y'all got y'all people y'all put in office in there and they just playing with y'all livelihood. It's diabolical. It's diabolical. You know what I'm saying? And we went on post expo, me having to change just some things due to some things that I learned at the expo on how I can do it better and what not to do. We went over some of that. And then we went over like my pathway on how I started identifying the importance of being working towards being self-employed. And know it's gonna be a journey that you're gonna have to undergo to really transition to that. But you gotta really just get ready to hunker down, man. I don't even know a word to tell you without lying to you. You have to get ready to hunker down. And you gonna be broken. Everything that you know, when you build it up, put your all, you gonna be broken. You gonna have some rough nights for real. You gonna be broke. You have to be broken to be built back up. You gonna be broken. Like all your weaknesses is gonna come out. Everything that you need to work on in life is gonna get highlighted when you go into business and work towards self-employment to where you not have to worry about going to help out somebody else, make some money. Like everything is gonna be tested in you. Like relationships, friendships, like what your worries, your biggest fears, like what's your man, everything is gonna be tested. And it's gonna take you for real. You gonna have to grit down and just hunker down. Like whatever come through, you just gotta withstand it and just know the key is to keep going because nothing's gonna be perfect. You just have to find a way that whatever you take that leap on, just keep it turning some type of way. You gotta keep it going no matter what happened. Just find a way you can be consistent at it and just keep it going. Because that's the whole key. Because that's when you if you're keeping it going, you're working on your experience. You can't cheat experience when it comes to being self-employment towards anything. You cannot cheat experience. You get experience by not quitting, by keep going. That's where your experience come in. That's where you develop like the dog in you because if you go fold up when it ain't going right, your equipment break down. In my instance, equipment break down. It's not running at optimal capacity. You know what I'm saying? I'm struggling. Some things that came up in the household, but I still found a way to make it to my yards and do something, just try. And because of that, it positioned me to the person that I am right now. You know what I'm saying? But because you put safety nets up. But you just gotta get ready to hunker down and figure out what your pathway gonna be getting in and just get ready to withstand a hurricane. I'm telling you, cause you go learn. You gonna learn. So I got a lot of people. Hold on. It's a lot of people asking the co-host. My bad. I'm just on here cooking right now. This is my Real Talk Live. I'm gonna set up something next week where I'll probably let people come in and get on my live on TikTok. But normally I'm just cooking on my own right now. But like I said, man, when it comes to that, man, like your story is gonna be unique to you. So don't let nobody try to persuade you and make you feel like that your life on your pathway ain't important or don't be ashamed of it. That goes into that walking into like you're not worried about what people think about you because your past is it's go help you get through them humps. It's your past and what you had to overcome to get there. It just a lot of times people are ashamed of it because either they did something they weren't supposed to or you know what I'm saying. It's probably something like that to where they feel like they gonna get judged about it. And that's just how society they always go judge you. Everybody got an opinion, but when you really can detach from it and you can embrace everything you went through and just know that everybody else ain't perfect and they hide it by trying to judge you. Once you start understanding these concepts, bro, you'll be able to let that shit go and just know it's just somebody's opinion. I came up and became the person that I am because people had preconditioned opinions about me on how I was at this, sense, and the third. But if they really look at it, bro, I held people down more than what they realized, for real. And the moment I started realizing the situation was lopsided and it been lopsided, bro, I started slicing and dicing a lot of people that was real close to me, bro. I killed them relationships immediately. Cause I'm just to be looking at it and going down memory lane and just instantly start getting upset. I'm like, man, I can't believe I carried this person on this long. Slice, slice. Oh man, here you go. Hold on, hold on. Pause for the cause. Hold on. Stop. I didn't know he was in the room. Hold on. See, this is different right here. Hold on. Oh man, hold on. Let's make me put this picture in. I got time. Ooh, there you go, Mario. Ooh, the little Oompa Loompa. Oh, I hate to get on people. Oh, he did it, oh man. This is my platform now, baby. Hey, oh, hold on. Let me get off here. Oh, you stay right there, bro. I got plenty of shots for you tonight. Hold on, Mario, don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Uh, I can't disclose this right now because this is my other thing, but I'm gonna have to. Ooh, I've been waiting on you to get on, man. Facebook, I appreciate you. I gotta handle some on TikTok right now. I've been looking forward to this person to slide through on some of my feeds. And he finally came through tonight for me. Man, I love this, but I appreciate you tapping into the Real Talk Live. I'm gonna see y'all next Sunday at 9 o'clock. All right, Facebook, we gonna vibe out. Appreciate y'all. YouTube, appreciate you tapping in. I'm finna slide over on TikTok and handle this wax real quick. And y'all stay with me the next Sunday at 9 o'clock. We're gonna do it again. I appreciate you tapping in.